Hey guys, Sableye here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are here for week 3 of the Malamar Games versus Rich VVS, and we see Ferrothorn, and I'm not too happy to see the Ferrothorn, but pretty wild team. So let me explain to you guys real quick what's going on here. This format is probably one of the more basic ones in the tournament, but we've got no items. No items. You're not allowed to use items. That is the one and only rule. Series 9, no items. So gonna be pretty fun. I don't know, I'm so used to playing with items. It's gonna almost be like, it's almost like playing through the main story, but like competitively, because like I don't use items too much in the main story, but like it's really weird. Like I don't know, like even just building was very odd. But I came up, well, me and Pengy came up with this concept, and we figured, you know what, Sun's gonna be good. Melodic probably doesn't die if you can give it some Quake boosts, and then you get the Coil boost as well. It just doesn't die, right? And Sun is always good, right? So they have the Sand, which is a little bit annoying, but I think between Lando, Ursh, and Torkoal, Vinu, we should be okay here. I think it's one of those ones where, yeah, hold up, we just get shredded by Thunder. I get shredded by Thunderous. This is gonna be rough. We're gonna leave Vinu. I'm gonna click Sleep Powder. I'm gonna leave Vinu. I could go Caught Lando as an alternative, but I'm gonna do it this way for right now. I think this is fair, and it's probably in my best interest to do. I guess I could also just hard lead Torkoal, but my problem with that is if they hard lead something like the Gyarados or the T-Tar, they can always get out of Sun, right? And I don't like that. So we're gonna rock it this way for at least game 1, and we'll see if we can, you know, adapt moving forward here. But I'm gonna be honest, this is kind of scary. Why do we get shredded by Thunders, and why did I not see this coming? Okay. The good news is they're not Life Orb or anything. So if I'm correct, I should be able to survive this with Venusaur. Now there's also no guarantee that this isn't Prankster Thundurus, beside Max Gyarados, Max Thundurus, Max T-Tar. So I don't know if I really want to get super aggressive right now, because you gotta think there's an Airstream coming, and you gotta think it's going into Urshifu. So my best course of action to cover the most options, I think, is this. I think this is my best course of action. Now, whether or not it's the correct play or not, we'll find out in a minute, depending on where the Dynamax is. I could definitely see the Torn, this Thundy being special, maybe dropping a Thunder Wave or something like that here. Switching out the T-Tar though, which is still okay in my opinion. They're gonna hard bring in the Gyarados, that's fine. And I presume they're maxing Thundy. Now, if we can catch them maxing Thundy and we get the Sleep Powder on them, we're absolutely gaming. But the moment we miss Sleep Powder, it's a little scary. Yeah, just Eerie Impulse. I am A-okay with that. So that confirms support for me, and I'm no longer scared of this thing. It's just going to be a little more annoying to play around, but it was already going to be annoying as a Defiant user. So this works very, very well for me. I'm a little concerned that the Gyarados is here, but once again, I hate doing this, but like, it's just the optimal play for me right now, is to click Sleep Powder into the Gyarados. You know? It's just the optimal play along with an Eruption. If they try to make a pivot, they make a pivot. Is it problematic that Gyarados could be faster than me if Gyarados Dynamaxes? If it max Airstreams and switches into T-Tar, I think I'm Burning Jealousy to cover that, because then at least I've burnt the Gyarados. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Burning Jealousy, calling a T-Tar switch in, having the Gyarados Dynamax. Nope, okay, that's fine. Obviously not nearly as much damage as I would have gotten off, but the Sleep Powder is always nice, and now I gotta position this endgame correctly still, because it's not game over yet. Gyarados asleep. Free Burning Jealousy for some chip. Not the best turn in the world for me, because like Eruption would have done so much more damage, right? But for the most part, all in all, I'm not mad about this. I do want to get Vinu off the field though. I think Lando is a fair switch in. And I think this time I do just Eruption. I could click Burning Jealousy again, but I think by clicking Burning Jealousy once, they might consider that as my only fire move. And they may not want to max, especially because they could both take turns of sleep here still. So I think getting Lando in is probably for the best. We know their support, so this is not going to be Defiant, that's fine. The question is, will they wake up? Thundurus is going to remain asleep, that's a good start. And Gyarados is going to remain asleep. Alright, so when in doubt, click Sleep Powder. And Eruption's going to come on out. Going to start doing some massive damage. The damage that we should have got off the turn prior. And the Thundurus is going to take that. So Alright, Lando should be faster than Gyarados now. I'd be shocked if it isn't. I guess the big concern would be if they like scary face me, but I'm just gonna airstream the Gyarados. I want to pivot out because there's no reason to risk Torkoal taking the damage here. Although I guess Rock Fall's better for me. Rock Fall's better for me, and I do pivot out. This gives me the kill, and I think I bring in Earth. Actually, I know I need Earth for T-Tar. But I can use Venu. But if I'm maxing, yeah, I'm gonna sack the Venu here. I don't think Venu gets hit by an airstream here, or any sort of flying move. Here comes the T-Tar. Cue the Tar. All right, that's fine. And I'm resetting my Sun right now, which I'm more than okay with. And maybe they won't max. Maybe my Landorus is just gonna remain faster here and pick up a KO. And if that's the case, which I mean, generally speaking, I would be faster, but I am an adamant Lando here, and I'm a little concerned that I may not outpace. So I'm maxing first, or they're not Dynamaxing, which I think both of which are very good opportunities for me here. Because T-Tar, if they're trying to save Tar as the Dynamax, it's not going to work for them. Because I just have a close combat. Right? Close combat shreds that thing. Yeah, they can max. Yeah, they can probably survive it. But my Lando faster. Gonna get the Rock Fall up. Gonna just clean off the Gyarados. Goodbye, Gyarados. Alright. So now we have Sand up. And my main thing here is I want to keep the Sand up. That crit didn't matter, guys. That's just a clean kill. I'm more concerned about making sure the Sand is still up to chip off the Thundurus so that I don't need to necessarily go into it. Right? I don't want to waste a move going into a Thundurus in the end game. So if I can get the Thundurus onto the field before anything questionable happens, you know, we should be alright. I don't have to worry about weakness policy on the Tar. So I just simply drop a Max Quake and a Vine Lash into it. I just let Thundurus do Thundurus things here. If he wants to Eerie Impulse my Venu, they can go ahead and do so. They might try to taunt as well. I Quake and Fire. Yeah, this is fine. I Quake and Frenzy Plant. Just go all in on the T-Tar here. If they want to wake up an Eerie Impulse, they can go ahead and do so. If they want to switch into Ferrothorn, they're not surviving Quake plus Frenzy Plant. And even if they do survive it, they're not going to survive it well to a point where Burning Jealousy and Torkoal can finish this off. But they are going to go for the Dynamax, which I do think is the correct play. They're at a spot now where they have to get aggressive back. Right? They can't afford to not be aggressive anymore. And honestly, the sleep turns early on just bailed me out of a really bad lead, because like I shouldn't be leading Venu into that now knowing it's support, but not knowing it was support, it was just as bad for me. So Thundurus is gonna wake up. We are gonna expect just a taunt. All right, so Frenzy Plant, Max Quake, probably gonna miss a KO, but I don't think it matters. Because like, first of all, I'm adamant this is doing like at least 60%. Yeah, we actually might pick this up. It's just a question of how bulky is this T-Tar. Obviously, there's no items here, so it's going to come down to how fast, how bulky they are. The Sand helps, right? And that's what I'm concerned about. But the Sand does not help enough. That one might have mattered. I don't know the calc on that. The first one didn't. That one most certainly might have. I gotta think Frenzy Plant, it's the same power as a Max Venus, as a Max Vine Lash going into that thing, right? Yeah, I gotta believe that didn't matter. But it very well might have. It very well might have. I think we win the game regardless, because I don't know what T-Tar really is going for there. Go ahead and kill something. Like, I mean, at this point, I just continuously launch damage out. Quake is my strongest move. And they're going to can the battle. Okay, that's good, that's good. Having Torkoal in the back for that Ferrothorn, knowing they wanted to bring Ferrothorn is also really, really important for me. Also, I can just lead Landorus now. Landorus is my correct lead into this, knowing that Thundurus isn't a thing, right? Knowing that I'm not gonna randomly give Thundurus a policy, give it the Defiant boost. This makes Landorus so much nicer as a lead, right? I could also bring Melodic as well, knowing that they can't just shred me. So there's some options here. I really do want to bring Melodic, but I don't want to force Melodic into a game that's just not right for it, you know? Like, it's one of those ones where I can bring it. I just don't think it's right here, ever. Right? Like, I think my Lando's correct. I think we're going to see their Landorus as well. So, I mean, maybe I do lead Lando Milo. In fact, I kind of like that. Because they really can't break through. I make sure I have Torkoal, and I make sure I have Venusaur. Now, is this problematic with their T-Tar? Yes and no. Because Lando, as long as I'm preserving Lando and coiling with Milo, I beat the T-Tar anyways. So I think I'm going to give this a shot. Now, I know I said I didn't want to force Milo, but I could legitimately see a Landorus lead from their end as the adaptation, knowing I'm not bringing my Milo. Right? Because they need to start dealing with Torkoal. And they don't have anything for that. Unless they start bringing that Lando, right? Because that's really their only real way to break through it that fast. And honestly, they have double Intimidate. I wasn't actually paying attention. I'm not sure if the Gyarados got the Intimidate off on the turn 1. I wasn't paying too much attention, but you know the Intimidate's going to be on that Lando for sure. And if we can catch them and they bring both of them, Milo just kind of games, right? Obviously, I don't have the Ice move, but I don't need it at this point. I don't think this is correct. I do think Urshifu is still better than Milo. I really do. Especially because I need to potentially break Ferrothorn if it gets set up. I need to potentially just close combat T-Tar. Like, if I need damage quick, Milo's not going to give me that, right? They may have actually potentially timed out, which is absolutely massive. If they timed out and there's no T-Tar here, my Milotic call looks even better. Now, hopefully they didn't. I'd like to see what the adaptation would be from their end. But we are going to see Whimsicott T-Tar, so no timeout from my opponent's end. And I'm more than okay with this because Milo's kind of here. We're going to get the Intimidate nice and clean onto this T-Tar, so it's not a big concern. And I think I'm just going to drop an immediate Max Quick. Like, last game I kind of felt out the scenario. This game I'm almost more inclined to just get aggressive. Because if I get a Max Quick and a Coil Boost right here, turn 1, Melodic is basically all of a sudden unkillable. Right? Like, all of a sudden, I'm going to Quake the T-Tar because I kill Caught with an Airstream whenever I want to kill Caught with an Airstream. So I'm going to Quake the T-Tar. I'm a little concerned that the T-Tar hard switches into Thundy or Lando, which I think is actually problematic. So I'm going to actually Quake the Caught because I don't think the Caught is going to switch. And hitting the T-Tar is not going to kill it anyways, so I'm content with this. They have Lando, Gyarados, and Thundurus in the back. One of them is there. Right? So I feel like this could be a bait. I don't want to fall for it. I could Airstream the Caught, but like I said, I'm looking to just make Melodic unkillable this turn. And I'll deal with the Whimsicott on the following turn. Right? They are going to stay in, which is a tad bit unfortunate for me. So I could have gotten a little bit more capitalization off of this turn. But maybe, you know what? I should have just Airstreamed. Honestly, I think Airstream, if I was going to hit the Caught, I might as well have killed it. Like, looking back, I don't know. Like, I was so tunnel visioned on bulking up Milo, but I feel like maybe just killing Caught would have been optimal here. We could also just see a Tailwind, right? We might not see any sort of Energy Ball, which is what I'm a little concerned about. But they're going to max. It is going to be that T-Tar, so they're going to leave it on the field. I'm okay with that, right? They don't want to bring in their Intimidator, right? Because Milo's sitting on the field. So Airstream 100% would have been correct. Milo doesn't die to this, though. Like, I'm not overly concerned. They probably Tailwind and Rock Ball. I would imagine. They're -1 T-Tar. I'm a ridiculously bulky on the physical side Melodic. So, oh, the Charm is cool. The Charm is cool. So I've effectively wasted my max, but I think for the most part, I'm kind of just sitting here in front of them now, and realistically, what are they really going to do to me? I mean, Airstream still hits this Caught super hard next turn and gets a speed boost on the Milo, which sets it up moving forward as well. So T-Tar can go for whatever it wants, really. I really do wish I would have coiled Airstream, but I'm faster with Milo. So, Melodic being faster right now, getting the coil boost up, this all of a sudden makes me pretty unkillable here. And yo! Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I like seeing that. Now, I hopefully survive that. I do. That's nice. But, I'm going to be honest, that's more concerning than anything else because now my Lando's threatened to just die next turn, and I have to guard. Right? I have to guard. There's no world in which I just don't guard. I could start launching Hypnosis. I could be that guy. You know, I could be that guy and just click Hypnosis here. I did that game 1, guys. I'm gonna be nice. It's a for fun league. I'm not clicking Hypnosis here. I'm gonna coil again and I'm just gonna max guard here. Like, it's a for fun league. I don't really want to be that guy that's gonna click coil and then click Hypnosis. Like, yes, is it optimal to click Hypnosis here? Yes and no. I feel like it definitely is a momentum swing if I connect it, right? Since I have the boost. And they are going to Energy Ball, but this is what I wanted the Quake boost for. And Milo eating that basically for breakfast. Gonna get another coil up, just making sure I'm unkillable here. And I do feel that they're going to target the Milo here. Because I think the guard is super obvious. The guard is super obvious, but the special defense drop is a little annoying. But Milo just sitting here tanking that every turn. Every chance it gets, Milo's eating that. So they get rid of the Quake Boost. I should still be able to survive. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Airstream and recover up. If they Tailwind, they're not clicking the special move into my Malot. You know what I mean? If they Tailwind, they're not clicking Grass move into Milo. And if they don't Tailwind, well then they're clicking Grass move, and Milo should be able to just recover it back up. And the Hailstorm should pick off Pot. So, is that recover? I can't tell if that's protect or recover. That is, did I put recover? I did put recover on the thing. I'm good. Alright, I'm good at this game. And we're going to Airstream into the cot here. I couldn't remember, like, for a second, I was like, did I put protect on this by accident? But thankfully, I did put the recover on it. And, okay, so we're gaming now. We're gaming now. This is still a tad bit concerning if the energy ball does manage to pick up the KO. It's more of a question of do they think it does or not. Because if it does, then they go for it. But they are going to opt for the Tailwind. Does that make T-Tar faster than Milo to kill me here? It could. Yeah, I think that's what they're going for. Oh, they hit the Lando. Okay. I respect it. I do respect it, but we get the... I wonder if that's special. I can't help but wonder if that is a special T-Tar. Like a fully special invested. Because, like, why else would you max it at -1? Right? I can't help but wonder if that's the case here. Anyways, we're all set up with Melodic here. At plus 1,000,000 now as well. So, the concerning part, though, is if it is special T-Tar, we're going to have to figure out if we can live some sort of Dark Pulse here. Because the Milo is -1 special defense, and that's not optimal. And I don't have Urshifu, so I think I bring in Torkoal because it forces their hands, right? I could bring in Venu immediately, but I want Torkoal. This is actually tough. I think I'm going to go Torkoal because, like, Milo's still doing damage at +4, right? We're in the sun. I mean, it's a little concerning here. I think what I do is I can't protect, right? And that's the problem. So none of my pieces really have that opportunity to protect now. And I think I'm just going to have to bank on the survival here with Melodic, right? I think I'm going to have to Muddy Water. Right, the only way they Darkness multiple times here is if they think they can kill my Milo this turn. So I need Milo not to die. And I'm also going to click Burning Jealousy. Basically, I just want to get damage up. They should Energy Ball, Dark Pulse, if they are special. They should Dark Pulse into the Milo here. Because Energy Ball is doing a lot. Yo, they're Dragon Dancing. So Burning Jealousy actually going to pick up a clean spot here. So they were not special on a T-Tar. We have the accuracy boost, so this Muddy Water is going to hit consistently. And when Muddy Water starts hitting consistently, that's what you love to see. That is massive damage from the Muddy Water outside of in the sun too. Like, we get the accuracy drop on the Cot. That doesn't matter because it's dying to this Burning Jealousy here. And the Tar is now getting burned and it's going to die. So the T-Tar is gone thanks to the Burning Jealousy. Oh, the crit. That crit matters because once again, I got to stop critting this. I got to stop critting him. I actually kind of feel bad now. The burn was guaranteed, but the crit definitely does not help them there. Definitely does not help them. So Milo's kind of unkillable depending on what they have in the back right now. If they have a special attacker, like I guess Thunder... okay, there's the Lando, which was to be expected. It's Lando and Gyarados. Okay, so are these just two Intimidate clickers? Do they both have Intimidate? Because Milo's kind of just sitting here if that's the case. It's not game over. There's the competitive from the Landorus. I'm +4. I'm +6 now. So the game is not over depending on if Milo can survive these things, and it is Intimidate from the Gyarados as well. So I don't know if Milo can actually survive any of these things. I don't know if Torkoal... Like, Milo's going to need to take a double up. Like, it's going to need to live an Earthquake plus something. I'm going to try to recover if I survive, and I'm going to yawn. I yawn into the Landorus, I think. Yes. I yawn to Landorus because it's the one that can kill Torkoal while we're in the sun. Lando's going to click EQ. That is correct. I need Milo to survive, but they should double it. Like, they really should double the Milo if they have an opportunity. If they have something like Power Whip, and they do, they are going to double the Milo. I'm going to lose the Milo. It's a tad bit unfortunate, but that is the way this game is playing out right now. Not having Weather Ball actually could be costing me this game. Anyways, you're getting yawned here. You're going to go to sleep next turn, and I should have Hypnosis when I wanted to, guys. I got too fancy. I just didn't want to be that guy, you know? I didn't want to be that guy, but looks like I would have had to be that guy to win this game. This is Sleep Powder Gyarados and just Protect. Just put both of them to sleep, then start going Burning Jealousy Frenzy Plant stuffs, and just pray that somehow Venusaur can get through this. Lando's gonna click the Earthquake. Maybe I should have protected. Right? I have the Protect option, right? So, arguably should have protected here. We could see a bounce from the Gyarados, honestly. Yeah, I should have protected. Venusaur Sleep Powder. Rightfully so. Gonna miss, but the Stone Edge also going into Venu here. Venu's gonna be alive. Okay, so I'm not saying there is a chance. But Tailwind on their end is gone. I get the Sleep Powder into you, and I go for Burning Jealousy. Missing that powder hurts because now I die to whatever Gyarados goes for, right? So, it's a little bit annoying. But I think all in all, we're okay. Gyarados is going to protect. I respect it. That's the right play. Sleep Powder, of course. I'm going to need the Sleep turns on the Landorus. I also could use a Burning Jealousy being a two-shot. You know, if Burning Jealousy wants to two-shot this Lando, I will be very, very happy. I just don't think it's going to, unfortunately. Yeah, just shy, which is fair. 2 turns left this time? 1. Okay, so now I gotta put the Gyarados to sleep. I have no choice. Gyarados has to go to sleep, and I need sleep turns. There is no... I could try to Frenzy Plant the Landorus, but I don't think that wins me the game here. Venusaur is gonna Powder, gonna connect into the Gyarados, and I hate being this guy, but it's gonna have to be the case. So Landorus is gonna wake up, is gonna click that EQ, and that's a deserved game for them. That is definitely a deserved game for them. They played that better than I did. Okay, but we've got some information now, right? So they're not scared to max T-Tar at -1. Landorus was kind of useless because of the Charm. So, and they've got Hailstorm. The Hailstorm was really the shaky one there. The max guard play, like if I don't guard and I just Airstream turn 1 anyways, I'm probably also in a good spot. So it's one of those ones where now I kind of have to consider how I want to really how I want to play this. Play with the same rules I do. Alright, probably shouldn't have dropped that game had I, been smart, but it's fine. They played better than I did, so they deserve it. Alright, so spamming Sleep Powder, I don't think I'm going to hit every single one, you know? Like, I'm not going to be able to continuously hit these powders. It's just not going to work for me. Okay. So I think Milo is still really, really good, because I don't think Thundy comes from their end, right? I think that their adaptation by bringing Landorus is correct. Considering especially because I brought Milo and they were still able to take it down, right? And because of that, I feel like they're a little more inclined to do it again. So I'm actually going to cover this a little differently. I want the Milo. I think late game Melodic is really, really nice. Or do I want to lead Milo to scare them and then lead Milo Venusaur? Because if I lead Milo Venu... But then I'm relying on sleep. Then I'm still going for powders. Or I max the Venu. You know what? Yeah, I like that a little better. I lead Milo Venu with Lando and Torkoal in the back. Does this break through Gyarados Landorus? See, this is where I'd want Urshifu, right? This is what Urshifu is nice for, to break through that endgame Gyarados, to break through the endgame Lando, because I don't hit them hard, right? I could go Lando of my own still, and I just play better. Yeah. I think I just play better. Like, I got greedy, is basically what happened, right? The turn I coiled again, if I go for the Hypnosis and put that T-Tar to sleep, the end game is a lot different because they don't get another Darkness boost off, and Milo just sits there. It doesn't take nearly as much, doesn't die, and then Milo just sits there and wins the game. So, they're going to mix it up, go back to the Thundy and the T-Tar here, which I'm okay with because for the most part, I still kind of have this covered, For the most part, I still kind of have this covered. It's one of the ones where it's... Do they really max the T-Tar here? Because are they going to Eerie Impulse? Are they going to Taunt? It's a very big mind game, is basically what's going on right now. I'm going to Coil. And I think I am going to max the Venu. I don't think I switch in. I don't think I hard switch in right now. I could Quake. But I don't think Quake is worth it. Now, yes, it gives me a special defense boost, but they get that off with the Darkness. This is the problem. Thundy's not... Actually, don't I just hard switch in Lando? Yeah, I just hard switch in Lando here, and I think I don't know if I want to max, though. That's the problem. I will max. Because if I can take damage and kills, I'll take damage and kills. Lando comes in hard just so I don't eat a Thunderbolt. They could call this with a with an ice move from the T-Tar here. But I think for the most part, we get the T-Tar down to -1. Even if I lose Lando, it's no longer my max target, right? So it's not the end of the world if I lose Lando. They've also got to be a little bit concerned about the Venusaur, right? Like, I feel like this is going to be an Eerie Impulse, which makes this a little rough. But then I'm banking on Vine Lash damage, and then I start Quake boosting. I should, for the most part, be able to win this game from this position, regardless of what they go for here on this turn 1. Obviously, setting the Sun would be a little bit nicer, because then I kill the T-Tar. But I don't kill the T-Tar if they Eerie Impulse anyways, so this is better. Yeah, the taunt comes out, that's fine, there's the Max Venu. And we're going to get Vine Lash up. Thunder Wave, Sun, coming in with the Sun would have been the wave. Yeah, coming in with the Sun wins me the game too. I don't know if that's necessarily a misplay or not. Or if it's more so just a, yeah, just a Dragon Dance. Okay, I'm okay with that. I don't think that's a misplay. I think that's just a call that I didn't really make properly. I figured they'd be a little bit more scared of the... Milotic here, knowing it's my endgame strat. But now this is decent still, right? Because Lando goes back into Milo here. And, sorry, Lando goes into Torkoal here, I think. Because Torkoal I don't need as much. And I just Quake off the, I could guard. But I want to kill. I think, see, I want to go into Milo and give it a Quake boost. But I might as well go T-Tar. I think T-Tar's, Torkoal's better because then I'm faster, right? So I'm going to go Torkoal. I could get Thunder Wave, but into Sun I'll still be faster. No, I won't because they Dragon Dance. But they're only at neutral attack. It's not concerning. Obviously, it's not optimal for me because they have a speed boost here. But if they want to go for the Eerie Impulse, they're not going for the speed control, and then T-Tar's gone. They could switch the T-Tar out, but Vine Lash is going to start racking up if they do that, and I'm more than okay with this right now. Alright, Lando's switching out. I think their T-Tar is faster than my Lando after a Dragon Dance, so there's really no reason for me to worry about it all that much. The Sun is up. What are we going to see from the... hopefully just an Eerie Impulse. Scary Face. Okay, no Thunder Wave makes it nice. The T-Tar is going to be faster here. What do they go for? Ice move? Perfect. Ice Punch into my Venusaur. I'm going to tank it. Can't get frozen in the Sun right now, and the Quake is going to go off and give my Torkoal a nice little special defense boost here. Okay, T-Tar gone. The only problem now is I've wasted 2 turns of Dynamax, and they haven't used any of theirs. The good news, however, is I still have Sleep Powder on deck to start stalling their Dynamax. I have a Torkoal with a special defense boost, which doesn't really want to die all that much either. So we'll see what they want to bring in. It's either going to be Gyarados or Lando. I think it should be Lando if they have it, or maybe they didn't bring it. It's going to be the Gyarados coming in. Now the question is, did they go back to their game 1 and have Ferrothorn in the back? I cannot risk losing Torkoal here to a Thunderbolt, and actually I'm not dying. Torkoal is not, I refuse to believe Torkoal dies here. Like I guess they Rockfall? Thunderbolt Rockfall maybe kills Torkoal. I'm going to Vine Lash Gyarados, and I'm just going to Protect. Let me just double check that is Protect. I can't see. Yeah, okay. I can't see the bottom move. This is a problem. And I think I Protect. They could Airstream though, right? But I don't. I think they're more worried about killing Torkoal before, right? Like I think they're more worried about Torkoal. I'm actually gonna go hard into Lando. Yeah, I'm gonna go hard into Lando. I'm okay with this. I feel like right now they're gonna just Eerie Impulse me here, right? If they have like if they have ground move, which I don't think they do, they have Stone Edge, right? But getting the Intimidate onto Gyarados is nice. We know they're physical. Obviously, I think we could see a Protect here, but then what I'm trying to go for here is just getting damage up, and they're gonna max. So could I have Yawn? Should I have Yawn? I just know I can't lose Torkoal, because if it's Ferrothorn in the back, it's not something that I'm willing to lose, right? So the Gyarados is gonna be large here, which is probably the correct play. I don't think they have Lando based on this, because if they had Lando, it would have been the better switch in there. So I'm banking hard on the Ferrothorn in the back right now. We're going to Eerie Impulse my Venu. That's fine. Go ahead. Start taking it out. I'm sure we're going to see a Rockfall. Like, I'm sure of it. Vine Lash, I am still faster, so I do get this damage up. I guess they could Airstream and say, don't Burning Jealousy. They're going to, guys, they're in the Sun, though, at -1. Not really going to kill anything here. Lando's going to tank. Yeah. Not well, but I tank. Right? Like, obviously, it's not like, oh my goodness, that Lando ate that for breakfast, but like, I lived. I lived, and that's at this point kind of what matters right now. The Vine Lash is starting to add up in Chip. And I think I go Rock Slide and switch out my Venusaur. because I need to save my Venu for the end game. The question is, what do I want to bring in? And I think the answer is Milo. Yeah, I think the answer... I could just Sleep Powder, though, and basically make them pick one, because Thundurus doesn't take a kill. Right, but Thundurus could taunt, right? So I think I go Milo. Yeah, because I'm not risking Torkoal. There's no way I'm risking Torkoal. I'm going to go this, and I'm going to go Rock Slide. See if I can get rid of the Thundurus here. Because their best play right now is to Scary Face and kill Thundurus. And kill Landorus. And I don't think that's something we're going to see here from my opponent. I just think you're going to try and kill the Venusaur while you can. Because the Lando's already chipped down, and after an Airstream you kill it anyways. So I feel like that's what we're going to see here. Probably just an Airstream into the Milo. And hopefully these Rock Slides are going to do some damage here. They're going to taunt. That is fine. It should leave Landorus faster than Gyarados for a Rock Slide. Yep. And the Rock Slide is going to come off. Adamant Landorus going to pick off the Thundurus. I mean, the Vines would have picked it off had I not finished that KO. But Milo comes in right now. And the guys are just going to kill my Lando. I'm okay if this just goes into Lando. That's fine. I've done my job. I have done my job. I have a Torkoal in the back. I have a Venusaur still able to click Frenzy Plant, might I add, into Gyarados next turn. So I go, still a little annoying if it actually is. Still a little annoying if it actually is the Ferrothorn here. Because I do have to make sure Body Press doesn't start shredding me. But I have a Torkoal. It is the Ferrothorn. Beautiful. Okay. A little annoying. Lando would have been a little more annoying though. So Frenzy Plant kills Gyarados. So I switch into Torkoal. Make my Venusaur go faster. And I Frenzy Plant, kill off the Gyarados. And then I have Torkoal in front of Ferrothorn. And we should be fine to just click Eruption to win the game at that point. Torkoal's coming on in. I do think Airstream would have been the more optimal play from their end there. But, I mean, I think at this point, this is where Vine Lash really just added up here. Right? Frenzy Plant's going to come on out. Gyarados, unfortunately, is good. But Gyarados is not that good. Down goes the Gyarados. And now we're in a spot where they're going to Leech Seed actually into the Torkoal. Okay. Do I... I have to switch, right? Surely I have to switch into Milo. As much as I hate doing this. Like, I don't want to stall this out anymore, but you know they're protecting, right? And I don't want to take too much damage here. So I'm going to swap into Milo. Let them burn a turn with a Protect here. Because they want health back, right? They need to lower down Torkoal as much as possible. I will coil up. I will click the Hypnosis button once I'm guaranteed to hit the coil. Once I'm guaranteed to hit the Hypnosis, I'll click the Hypnosis button, swap in my Torkoal, and we will be fine. It's just a matter of getting Torkoal into a spot where Eruption comes in on the sun on this Ferrothorn. Right? I need Eruption in uninterrupted. In fact, I could honestly just spam a blind Hypnosis. If I hit, I hit. If I don't, I Frenzy Plant myself. And basically just say, go ahead and kill my Melodic. Take my own Melodic so that the next turn I get Torkoal in. But there's the Protect. I don't know if I really love that play though. Like right now I can go Earth Power and... Don't I just hard switch Venu out right now? The problem is if I do that and they call it. But then I coil and then I just... Yeah, no, I just do this. This is more than fine. This is more than fine. This is more than fine. I don't need to click the Hypnosis button. I'm just trying to speed this end game up, you know? Like, I don't need to be sitting here for 6 years. Milo's going to coil on up. Beautiful. And there's the ID. Alright, so we got Torkoal in right now. We've got a coil up. At this point, it's one of those ones where I coil one more time and Eruption. Because right now they're going to try and stall out the sun. With 2 more turns. So I'm going to coil again. And I'm going to go for the Eruption. Basically, they should Protect and try to stall the sun out. And I'm just going to do everything in my power to not give that to them. Right? Okay, cool. They stall out the sun now. But now they stall out the sun and I just click Hypnosis. Right? I'll coil one more time because they still have to go for the double. And then my Hypnosis is guaranteed to land. And once Hypnosis is guaranteed to land, I mean, Milo's just faster and the game's over. Right? I absolutely hate clicking blind Hypnosis, but after you coil up again, I think Hypnosis is a perfectly fine move. They're going to go for the double. They aren't going to get it. So the Snake is going to coil one more time for us. Not that it's really going to matter. That's, like I said, that's just there to guarantee that Hypnosis is connecting. And there's really no point in attacking since I'm in the sun anyways, so. Eruption. into the Ferrothorn, going to clean it off. And with that, guys, we are going to take the W. But really, really well played to Rich. Found a win cons, right? Like, game 1, I only won game 1 because I spammed Sleep Powder. I will be completely honest. Right? Like, I could have very easily lost game 1 if a Sleep Powder or a Sleep Turn doesn't go my way. So, really, really well played. Honestly, that's going to be it for the no item format, guys. I'm going to stop rambling. I will catch you guys in a future video.